There are moments in life when the invisible becomes visible, when the person living quietly in the corridors of your mind suddenly steps into your reality with such undeniable presence that you can't help but pause and wonder if the universe itself conspired to make this happen. You've been thinking about them, haven't you? Not obsessively, perhaps, but persistently. They've occupied a sacred corner of your consciousness, appearing in your thoughts during quiet mornings, in the space between sleep and waking, in those vulnerable moments when your guard is down and your soul speaks louder than your logic. And then, without warning, without announcement, they appeared. Not in the way you rehearse in your imagination, not in the romanticized scenario you constructed during sleepless nights, but in a moment so raw and unexpected that it carried the unmistakable signature of divine timing. This wasn't coincidence. Coincidence is when two strangers bump into each other at a coffee shop. This was orchestration, the kind that makes your spine tingle and your heart recognize something your mind hasn't yet processed. Their arrival feels different because it is different. There's a weight to their presence, an energy that fills the room differently than anyone else's. You feel it in your chest, that magnetic pull that defies explanation, that connection that transcends physical proximity. And here's what makes this even more profound. They didn't just appear to say hello, to catch up, to make small talk about weather and work. No, they appeared carrying something for you, holding a truth about yourself that's been waiting in the shadows for the exact right moment to be delivered. Think about the timing. Think about where you are in your life right now. Think about the internal work you've been doing, the healing you've been pursuing, the questions you've been asking the universe in the quiet darkness of your room. Now think about their appearance in the context of all of that. It's not random. It's not casual. This is a divine appointment, a moment where the spiritual realm breaks through the veil of the ordinary and says, pay attention. This matters more than you know. Something within you already recognizes this truth, even if your logical mind is trying to dismiss it as mere chance. Your soul knows better. Your soul has been preparing for this encounter, building an altar of readiness without your conscious awareness. And now that they've appeared, now that this person from your mind stands before you in flesh and blood reality, the real question emerges. Are you ready to receive what they brought? Are you ready to face the mystery they carry about you? The profound truth that's been hiding at your own altar, waiting for this exact moment to be revealed? Before we can understand what this person brings, we must first understand the altar, not a physical structure of stone and ceremony, but the sacred internal space you've been constructing through every moment of genuine self-reflection, through every honest prayer, through every tear that fell when no one was watching, and every breath you took while sitting with your own pain. This altar exists within you, built slowly and deliberately by the hands of your own becoming. Think back over these past months, perhaps even years. Think about the work you've been doing when nobody was applauding, when there were no witnesses to validate your growth, when you were alone with your thoughts and choosing to face them rather than numb them. Every time you chose truth over comfort, every time you sat with your shadows instead of running toward distraction, every time you honored your healing over others' expectations, you were placing another stone on this altar. This sacred space within you has been your sanctuary and your battlefield, the place where old versions of yourself have died and new ones have been born. You've been mourning there, haven't you? Mourning the loss of who you used to be, mourning the innocence that certain experiences took from you, mourning the relationships that couldn't survive your transformation. But you've also been celebrating there, quietly acknowledging your own resilience, recognizing the strength it takes to keep choosing growth when stagnation would be so much easier. The altar is where you've been honest about your wounds, where you stopped pretending they don't exist and started asking them what they came to teach you. It's where you've learned to distinguish between the voice of fear and the voice of intuition, between the ego's demands and the soul's whispers. And here's what most people don't realize. This altar, the sacred internal space you've been cultivating, it doesn't just exist for your private communion with yourself and the divine. It exists as a beacon, sending out a frequency into the universe that calls forth exactly what you need for your next level of evolution. The altar is magnetic. The energy you've been building there, the purity of intention you've been practicing, the authenticity you've been developing. It creates a vibrational signature that attracts specific people, specific situations, specific revelations at exactly the right time. And this is why that person appeared. Not because you manifested them through wishful thinking or romantic fantasy, but because your altar has reached a level of readiness that made their arrival inevitable. They are not here by accident. They are here because the work you've been doing at your internal altar has created the perfect conditions for this divine appointment. Your soul has been preparing for this moment, even when your conscious mind had no idea what was coming. The altar knew. The altar always knows. And now, with this person standing before you, the altar is about to reveal its purpose. This person didn't just show up to fill empty space in your life or to play a casual role in your story. They arrived carrying something that belongs to you, a mystery about yourself that's been wrapped in layers of protection, waiting for a precise moment when you could handle its revelation without being destroyed by it. And that moment is now. Listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. This person is a mirror, but not in the simple way we usually think of mirrors that merely reflect our surface appearance. They are a soul mirror, reflecting back to you the parts of yourself you've been unable or unwilling to see clearly. Every feeling they trigger in you, every thought they provoke, every emotional response their presence creates, it's all information. It's all breadcrumbs leading you back to yourself, to the mystery that's been living at your altar, waiting for acknowledgement. The mystery they carry is not about them at all. Let me repeat that because it's crucial. This is not about who they are, what they represent, or what relationship might or might not develop between you. Those are all secondary concerns, distractions from the real purpose of their appearance. The mystery is about you. It's about a truth you've been circling around, a realization you've been approaching from different angles, a core wound or core gift that's been asking for your attention but you've been too busy, too scared, or too conditioned to fully face it. Think about what happens in your body when they're near. Think about the specific emotions that surface when you interact with them, or even just think about them. Is it fear? Is it longing? Is it a sense of recognition? So deep it feels like remembering something ancient? Is it discomfort that makes you want to run? Whatever it is, that feeling is the doorway to your mystery. They are activating something in you that's been dormant, or triggering something in you that's been asking to be healed. They might remind you of someone from your past, not an appearance, but an energy. They might represent a quality you denied in yourself, something you judged or suppressed or deemed unacceptable. Or they might embody something you've been longing to become, a version of yourself that feels simultaneously familiar and foreign. The mystery could be about worthiness, about your ability to receive love without sabotaging it. It could be about your patterns of abandonment, the ways you leave yourself before others can leave you. It could be about your power, the magnitude of your light that you've been dimming to make others comfortable. It could be about forgiveness, a cosmic invitation to finally release the grip of past pain. Whatever the specific mystery is, this person is the key that unlocks it. But here's the beautiful and terrifying part. The key only works if you're willing to turn it. The mystery only reveals itself if you're brave enough to stop projecting onto this person and start looking honestly at what their presence illuminates within you. They are the messenger, but you are the message. There comes a moment, a singular breath in time, when everything clicks into alignment and you finally see it. The mystery stops being mysterious and starts being obvious, painfully and beautifully obvious. This is the moment of sacred recognition, when your soul says, yes, this is it. This is what I've been trying to show you, and your entire being resonates with that truth so completely that you wonder how you ever missed it. All those signs you've been receiving, the ones you dismiss as random or coincidental, they suddenly form a perfect constellation pointing directly at this revelation. The repeated numbers you kept seeing, the songs that played at the exact moment you needed to hear them, the strangers who said things that felt like messages meant specifically for you, the dreams that felt more real than waking life. They were all preparing you for this moment of recognition. They were all gentle nudges from the universe saying, pay attention. Something important is coming, get ready. And now here you are, standing at your altar with this person's presence catalyzing the recognition you've been avoiding. The synchronicities make sense now. The inexplicable feelings finally have context. The inner restlessness you've been experiencing wasn't anxiety or confusion. It was your soul getting ready to expand, preparing to hold a larger truth about yourself and your purpose. But let's be honest about what this recognition demands of you. It's not asking for small adjustments or minor tweaks to your life. Sacred recognition always requires transformation. It demands that you stop performing, stop pretending, stop hiding behind the carefully constructed identity you've shown the world. It demands radical honesty, the kind that makes you vulnerable and uncomfortable because you can no longer lie to yourself about who you are or what you need or what you're truly capable of. This is why the universe waited until now to orchestrate this person's appearance. You weren't ready before. The you from 6 months ago, from a year ago, wouldn't have been able to handle this recognition without collapsing under its weight. But the work you've been doing at your altar, all that invisible internal labor, it's made you strong enough to see yourself clearly and survive the seeing. The recognition is both ending and beginning. It's the death of old stories you've told yourself about your limitations, your unworthiness, your brokenness. And it's the birth of new understanding about your wholeness, your power, your deserving. This person from your mind, now standing in your reality, they fulfilled their sacred function as catalysts. They've delivered the mystery and witnessed your recognition of it. But their role, as important as it's been, is not the story. You are the story. Your awakening, your transformation, your willingness to meet yourself at the altar with complete honesty. That's what this has always been about. And now that recognition has occurred, now that you've seen what needed to be seen, the real question emerges with stunning clarity. What will you do with this knowledge? You stand now at the edge of everything, at the threshold between who you've been and who you're becoming, between the comfortable familiarity of old patterns and the thrilling uncertainty of new possibilities. This person from your mind appeared, delivered their mystery, catalyzed your recognition, and now the universe holds its breath waiting for your next move. Because here's the truth that nobody tells you about divine appointments and sacred revelations. They don't automatically change anything. They simply illuminate the choice that was always yours to make. The mystery has been revealed. You've recognized the truth about yourself that was hiding at your altar. You felt the shift in your consciousness, that unmistakable knowing that something fundamental has changed in how you see yourself and your place in this world. But revelation without action is just spiritual entertainment. Recognition without transformation is just an interesting story you'll tell yourself about that one time when you almost evolved but decided comfort was more important. The threshold question is simple but not easy. Will you honor what you now know? Will you let this recognition restructure your entire life? Or will you try to contain it, to minimize it, to fit it into the boxes of your current existence without actually changing anything meaningful? Because you can acknowledge the mystery, thank this person for their role as catalyst, and then return to business as usual. You can tell yourself that seeing the truth is enough. That awareness alone equals healing. You can keep the revelation as a private piece of spiritual jewelry, something pretty to admire occasionally, but never actually wear out into the world where it might attract attention or demand authenticity. Or you can choose differently. You can choose to let this recognition demolish everything that no longer serves the person you're becoming. You can choose to honor your altar not just as a place of private contemplation, but as a foundation for your public existence. You can choose to embody the truth you've recognized rather than just intellectually understanding it. And if you make that choice, everything changes. The relationships that were built on the old version of you will either transform or fall away. The goals you pursued from wounded motivation will lose their appeal. The masks you wore to belong will feel suffocating. The spaces where you diminish yourself will become intolerable. This is a sacred disruption, the necessary destruction that precedes authentic creation. But here's what I need you to understand before we part ways. There's something else. Something deeper than the mystery you've already recognized. Something about why this person appeared now, why the universe chose him specifically, and why this particular mystery was selected as the key to unlock your next chapter. There's a final piece of information, a last revelation that will make everything else make perfect sense, that will show you exactly what you're meant to do with this recognition, and why your transformation matters not just for you, but for everyone connected to your energy. That final piece, it's waiting for you, and it's closer than you think.